We are ready for another season of Rangers football on the Rangers Network. Welcome to Pflugerville, Texas, where tonight the Smithson Valley Rangers kick off the 2017 year against the Hendrickson Hawks. I'm Brant Freeman. Joined alongside me is Tony Brubaker. Our statistician is Jeff Gandy. And glad to be with you here from the P Field, brand new stadium, 10,000-seat facility here in North Austin. And Tony, getting ready for another season of Ranger football, a year and 25 now for Coach Hill at Smithson Valley. And like the previous 24, the expectations are high.
They are indeed, and I know Coach Hill has to be excited. The second game ever in this stadium, a brand new stadium here in Pflugerville. And he's got a team like every other team we've seen in recent years. They don't look like the best team around. They just win football games, and that's what they're expected to do this year, and I'm looking forward to watching them.
It's a season opener we were robbed of a year ago due to Mother Nature, but the weather outside is beautiful, and we will play football coming up at 7:30 here at the P Field. We'll take a break. When we come back, more live coverage on the Rangers Network. We are back in just a moment. Here we go, tie ball game with just 2 seconds left on the clock, and the Rangers are looking to score. Here's a snap. Bayless, who is wide open down the near sideline. And he makes a catch at the 10, the 5, touchdown. My goodness, what a play, and the Rangers win.
So this is it, huh?
Yep, this is where it all starts and finishes.
Joe Pavelek, Jeff Shin, Alan Hill, Pat Bailey, Matt Hilson, Clint Haney, Cody Fuller, Eric Anders, Garrett Smith, Andrew Sandejo, Josh Adkins could have dressed in the soccer.
We got work to do, kid.
We're gonna go inside, we're gonna go outside, we're gonna get him on the run, we're gonna keep him on the run, then we're gonna go, 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 go. We won't stop until we're across that goal line. This is a team they say is good. Well, I think we're better than them. So what do you say, man?
Let me give it a try. Making videos is not easy. It's confusing and it's hard work. Well, I'm here to tell you, when your back's against the wall, call Wick Productions. It's who we use for game night scoreboard production and the Rangers Network.
Amazing, Coach. Another perfectly executed shameless plug.
And welcome back to Pflugerville, Texas. Our pregame coverage continues. Smithson Valley kicking off the 2017 year against the Hendrickson Hawks. The Rangers coming off an 8-3 season from a year ago. Tony making the second round of the postseason. And you look at what Smithson Valley accomplished last year. A lot of that success was thanks in part, a large part, to the play of quarterback Josh Adkins, who wrapped up a 3-year career at Smithson Valley, one of the best careers ever for a quarterback under Coach Hill. But Josh Adkins is now at New Mexico State, a new quarterback now in line to take things over here for the Rangers.
And Levi Williams is a young man that I know fans probably aren't ready for him yet because of Josh's tenure here and how successful he was. But he'll have to find a niche as well. He'll have to find what works for him. The thing that will make him more impressive is, first of all, blocking, which has been something that's always happened at Smithson Valley. But he's got to find some weapons other than just Morrig Woodard, and they've got to have a running game. And that looks at Mr. Nick Aiken, who ran very successfully last year at times. Those are the things that are going to have to work to make Levi Williams a good quarterback.
All right, Tony, you brought up his name. We have to mention it even more. Trevon Merrick-Woodard, a TCU commit. This guy is a definition of a playmaker, especially in the return game, and we're going to see him tonight play all three phases.
He's, the thing I'd like to say in game one is he's going to have to do what he can do, and people, coaches, fans are not going to have to expect more than that. He will be the most dominant player on the field in most games, but other people are going to have to do what they can do to make him as successful as they want him to be.
You look at Trevon Merrick-Woodard last year, and just punt returns alone, he only had 12 chances. He cashed in 4 of them for touchdowns back in 2016. When you talk about this Ranger defense, you start with the secondary, Tony, with Merrick-Woodard, but his opposite corner, Mason Pierce, he's worthy of getting some headlines of his own.
And Pierce is the guy that made plays on defense last year all the time. And now, like you say, with Woodard going to the offensive side, Pierce doing some offensive work at wide receiver, they're both going to have to really make sure their conditioning stays strong all year long, working in the weight room, working on conditioning, because they're going to be asked to do an awful lot this year.
Well, Tony, as we said in the open, we were robbed of this opener a year ago. Smithson Valley got 1 offensive series, a turnover on downs. The Hawks took the field, and then Lightning said, "You're not going to play this game tonight." But here we are this evening now, not a cloud in the sky. Lightning not going to be a concern. So we didn't see the Hawks a year ago. We're going to see them this evening. It's a team that finished 3-7 last year, did just sneak into the postseason. A young team last year. What are the expectations for Hendrickson this season?
You know, it's scary because I remember last year when we talked about them, they were coming off like an 8-3 season, and they had been a dominant program for a number of years. The 3-7 is surprising when you look back at what they were last year. But you mentioned that they were very young, a lot of sophomores playing key roles. Well, their sophomores are juniors this year. How they've progressed will determine what kind of success they have this year.
It is another season opener of Smithson Valley football. In the previous 24 years under head coach Larry Hill, the Rangers are 19-5 in the openers. We'll take a break. When we come back, we'll hear more from Coach Hill. Back with more on the Rangers Network. We're back in a moment.
Hey guys, Tyler Flores.
Oh! Here you go. Can I help you set up your favorite channel list now?
When you're ready for a break, hurry in to Chicken Express. Let us do all the cooking for you. We always offer high-quality, affordable meals that the entire family will enjoy. Our chicken is never frozen and it's hand-battered fresh so you can really taste the difference. You can expect fast and friendly service at Chicken Express, whether you dine in, drive through, or drive up. Hurry in and hurry back to Chicken Express.
Welcome back to Inside Rangers Football. Smithson Valley will open up the 2017 season this Friday at Pflugerville Hendrickson. A look at the entire schedule for the Rangers, and we start with non-district play. And Coach, you saw these 3 teams last year, albeit not much of Hendrickson, but after them, Austin Anderson, and then you'll play Round Rock High for the second time in 2 years. So we didn't know a whole lot about these opponents going into last season. You don't play Austin area schools that much. After seeing them a year ago, what do you know about them now?
Well, Hendrickson's very talented. You know, they're used to deep playoff runs, but a year ago they were real inexperienced. They had 13 sophomores on the varsity, started 12 of them. Slipped into the playoffs, but didn't advance as far as they normally do. But they're going to reap the benefits from that this year. They've got a very experienced team, returned a lot of starters, a lot of D1 caliber type players. So. And of course, we're going to play up there in their brand new stadium and first game of the year. So, you know, we're kind of going into rough waters there to start the season. You know, the Anderson game, they jumped out on us quick, and then we just kind of got going in the second and third quarter, and it kind of imploded for them. But I know that they feel like they're going to be much better. Coach Rhodes' third year there, and then of course Round Rock, you know, was a regional finalist. They were a quarterfinalist, and I think the Woodlands finally eliminated them in the 4th round, and we had a dogfight with them up there. Got some penalties, turned the ball over a few times, and lost a close game. So they've got a bunch of kids back, so it'll be another one of those type of games in the third and last non-district game.
As we know, these games don't really count towards the standings, but they do hold their own weight, getting you ready for 27 6A play. Just how valuable are these 3 opportunities?
Well, they're real valuable. You only get 3, and I really thought it hurt us a year ago only getting 2. If you recall, the first one we got lightninged out after, 7-8 snaps. And so I thought that hurt us, particularly when you consider the strength of our district and how ready you have to be. Of course, we opened and will open with Steele. And so mid-September, you've got to be ready to go. And these will be good tests for us. And you hope to be successful. Hope to gain enough confidence to be ready for the meat grinder that is 27-6A.
Getting more into the district, I look back at the years that you've been coaching at Smithson Valley. You've been a part of so many tough districts. I remember back in the day in the NAISD district with the likes of Reagan and Madison and that group. But you look at what you've been in now. This is your second straight year in 27-6A. But really, this is the fourth year in a row in this district with this makeup of teams, to include Steele, Judson, New Braunfels. How would you rate the level of competition within this district?
Well, I don't know that any district in the state can boast that many quality teams. Obviously, there's some good football teams out there. We ran in Lake Travis, who beat us and then went on to win the state championship. So certainly there's some other good teams in the region. But to have 4, 5, 6 of them stacked in the same league, I'm not sure anybody statewide can say that. And it's very unnerving. If you are fortunate enough to make the playoffs, you do feel fortunate, and you also feel prepped and ready for the playoffs because you've been kind of been forced to play that caliber of competition for 7 straight weeks.
Getting back to the opener this Friday against the Hawks at Pflugerville Hendrickson, what are your expectations for this opener? You and I were discussing earlier about working in new players at the varsity level. Are growing pains to be expected this first game?
Well, they're not to be expected by me. Outsiders probably think so, but it's always been my experience, no matter how many returners you do or don't have, most early season games are lost more than they're won. If you're not turning the ball over, if you're not being heavily penalized, if you're playing well in the kicking game, you're going to have a good chance to win because the odds of both teams doing that are pretty remote. Both teams are liable to make a lot of mistakes. I think the one that makes the fewest mistakes has the best chance to win, unless it's just a physical mismatch. I hope that's not the case here.
Well, Coach, good luck Friday night.
Thank you, Brant.
Hello, I'm Steve from GVTC, here to install your 1 gig per second internet service.
Hey, you're Ranger Senior Trayvon Merrick Woodard.
No, sir, I'm Steve with GVTC.
Come on. Cornerback, kick punt return, wide receiver.
I'll be over here. I'll let you know if I need anything. Just came in to set up your Wi-Fi.
Thanks, Steve.
Tom Brady, that's a mic drop.
This is football, and this is how it is.
Let's just get right to it. Start your game day with Game Day Morning, football's first pregame show every Sunday.
Watch NFL Network, GVTC Digital Cable Channel 579. GVTC, just plain smart.
Experience the best seat in every ballpark with MLB Network Strike Zone.
There it goes!
Catch baseball's biggest moments from around the league live on one channel.
You gotta be kidding me!
See the clutch hits,
It's a goner!
great grabs,
Unbelievable!
and walk-off winners,
Game winner!
all without changing the channel.
Let's go home!
Bring home MLB Network Strike Zone. Tuesday and Friday nights, commercial-free all season long.
Flimsy microwave bacon tastes, but Wendy's oven-baked bacon tastes. Add it to fresh, never-frozen beef, and you've got a Junior Bacon Cheeseburger. A JBC with 4 nuggets, fries, and a drink is what makes Wendy's 4 for $4 so deliciously different.
I'm Jaime Buenteo, produce buyer for H-E-B. We work hard to find the freshest, best produce available. That's why we work with Texas growers to buy local as much as possible. Over 100 million pounds annually. In fact, we sell more produce than any other store in Texas. Grapefruit, corn, blueberries, and tons more. All grown right here in our beautiful backyard and on their way to your store within 24 hours. This is the local Texas Produce Department at H-E-B. No store does more than my H-E-B.
Here we go, tie ball game with just 2 seconds left on the clock, and the Rangers are looking to score. Here's a snap. Bayless, who was wide open down the near sideline. And he makes a catch at the 10, the 5, touchdown. My goodness, what a play, and the Rangers win. Just north of Austin, welcome back to Pflugerville, Texas, ready for the season opener between Smithson Valley and the Hendrickson Hawks. We just had the national anthem, and Tony, it's time for football to be here again.
I think both teams are probably even more anxious than anyone that's in this stadium because they've waited a long time to play a football game, and we know what high school boys think about football on Friday nights.
Again, this stadium is brand new. The first ever game was played actually last night. Austin Bowie beat Pflugerville High School here at the P Field, and this is now game 2, a brand new 10,000-seat stadium, and ready to see some good football here this evening as well. Again, kind of an anomaly for the Hawks a year ago, finishing 3-7. They've had a string of success under their head coach, Chip Killian. This is year 10 for him, and they have never missed a postseason, to include last year when they finished 4 games below 500. In the 5 years prior, though, a regular season record of 41-9. So, Tony, the bottom line is the Rangers cannot take this team lightly despite what happened a year ago.
And I don't think they will. This is, again, a program that we know Larry Hill is always focused on playing good people early so they'll be ready for district. I don't think there's anything that will change that mindset tonight.
All 3 of the Rangers' non-district opponents were playoff teams from a year ago, and also all from the greater Austin area. The Hawks won the toss. They have elected to kick off and defer to the second half, so the Rangers offense up first here in 2017. And here in a moment, we'll get our first look at Levi Williams, the Rangers starter quarterback. The last 2 starters for the Rangers, by the way, Josh Adkins, Garrett Smith, now playing in the FBS. Smith at ULM, and Adkins now at New Mexico State. With the kicking honors for the Hawks, lining it up for Hendrickson is Michael Skills, a sophomore. This was a young team a year ago on the topic of sophomores. 13 different sophomores started last year for Hendrickson. A big reason behind their struggles. A lot of youth on the team, but maybe, Tony, that was welcome experience a year ago for Hendrickson. They'll be better this year for it. I
don't think there's any doubt that what will make these guys better this year is that experience from last year.
2 men back deep for the Rangers, and one of them the ever-dangerous Trevon Merrick Woodard. 2017 is underway. Woodard, no chance. The up-man Pierce has got it running left into traffic at the 35, and that's where the Rangers' first possession of the season will start, with 65 yards of real estate in front of them.
I'll tell you what, Mason Pierce didn't look like someone who wanted to run with the ball very much that time, as he was running east and west instead of north and south. But good field position to start the game, as they didn't want to kick it to Woodard.
The Rangers' offense a year ago averaged north of 40 points per game. But now being led by Levi Williams on the JV team a year ago as a sophomore, now on varsity as a junior. In the backfield is Aiken. Only one receiver, Woodard, lined up wide to the right on first down. The Hawks loading up the box. First play of the season. There's a handoff to Aiken up the right side and stuffed. Maybe a yard to the 36, 2nd and 9.
Inside part of that defensive line just gave no ground at all. There was not a hole that even became visible, and a good stop by their defensive front that time.
Nick Aiken is the Rangers' top returning rusher from a year ago with 185 yards in 2016.
McCody Robertson is the big nose tackle or defensive tackle in the middle, and he's someone we'll have to keep an eye on tonight.
2nd and 9. Snap comes to the quarterback, Williams, charging up the middle across the 40-yard line and down to the 41. Nice pickup there, 5 yards, sets up a manageable 3rd down at about 5 to go.
Did a good job of reading the space that time and got upfield quickly, got himself some yardage. And again, their defensive front, really the strong suit, it looks like early. Shaylin Roberts, one of the defensive tackles, helped wrestle him down that time.
If you're going to run this Ranger offense, Tony, you have to be able to make reads on that play.
No doubt about that.
3rd down, 4 to go from the Ranger 41-yard line. Two receivers either way for Williams. Here's a snap. He looks left and throws. Too high for Woodard. Throws offline, and the Rangers' first possession ends at a 3-and-out.
Nice coverage on the play by Miles Brooks, who put a shot in Woodard after the ball went over his head. And they're no doubt going to keep guys looking at him all night long in every way they can.
One returner deep for the Hawks at around the 20-yard line. And here's the punter, Brance Anderson. Only 3 punts a year ago, about 32 yards a boot. Miles Brooks back to return for Hendrickson. Anderson's punt, high in the air to the far side of the field, takes a Hawk bounce, and the Rangers kill it just short of the Hendrickson 40-yard line.
So we talked about this before the game started, Brant. The kicking game for both teams is kind of questionable. New guys, not a whole lot of wind here tonight. In fact, the flags are completely still. So it's not a wind factor, it's a confidence factor on new kickers tonight.
That just a 22-yard punt for Anderson. And now the Hawks offense for the first time, led by junior quarterback Blaine Barker. An empty set here in first down for a typically run-heavy offense. From their own 37. Here's a snap to Barker. The rush is on. The pass to the far side is juggled. It is caught inside the 40-yard line. DJ Jackson, the first down catch up to the 37.
An unusual defense for the Rangers that time. No middle linebacker, no safety in the middle of the field. They matched up 5 man-to-man on the perimeter, and no one was there.
Jackson is the Hawks' best playmaker on offense. He's now in the backfield along with Barker. From the Ranger 37, first down snap. Running left, Jackson with room again, inside the 30. And finally forced out by Zuber at around the 23. Another big play for the Hawks offense.
Boy, he had some speed, and once he got out the containment on the edge there, he had some room in front of him.
A veteran player, Jackson, his 3rd year playing varsity for Hendrickson. And now over 3,000 all-purpose yards in his career. 1st and 10 for the Ranger 23. No score, 2 minutes into the game. Jackson again, no, a play fake, a pass is caught inside the 20, and down inside the 15 to the 14-yard line is Gage Mahoney. And Hendrickson moving like clockwork here on their first possession.
Play calling has been sharp and efficient, and they have executed just what they've asked for.
Up-tempo right now for the Hawks, facing 2nd down and 1 from the 14-yard line. Barker for the pistol. Hands off to Jackson this time. No, he kept it. And lunges for the first down to the 12. Small gain there, but enough to move the change for Hendrickson.
And our new middle linebacker, Will Gibbons, you'll recognize that name. Will Gibbons is the man in the middle being asked to make a lot of plays tonight.
That's right. His older brother Jack was a linebacker for this Ranger team. 82 stops a year ago as a senior. 3 minutes gone by, no score. Hawks, though, are threatening inside the red zone. 1st and 10. Barker will throw over the middle. That pass is caught. Touchdown, Hendrickson. Thomas Williams and the Hawks are on the board.
Just a little seam route by the tight end who just went straight up the field while the receivers were running patterns, and a great pass that time. Got it right to him. Barker being very efficient on the possession this time. Where's the kicker?
He's on late. And here is Skills, the sophomore, to try to make it a 7-0 Hawks advantage. An impressive drive for Hendrickson. 63-yard march on their first possession. Here's the kick. And Hendrickson has a 7-0 lead. 8:52 to go, first quarter. Back with more Rangers football on the Rangers Network. We'll be right back.
Have some size to him. Both Robertson and Roberts are 2 defensive tackles that are taking up a lot of space.
Rios lined up wide to the right here on first down. Rangers the ball at their own at 31. Snap to Williams, he'll throw. And that pass is caught on the screen. Pierce the catch. Out near the 40-yard line and dropped at the 39. Nice first down play. Gain of 8 sets up 2nd down and 2.
Quick out, got the ball out of his hands in a hurry, got it to a receiver that was open, got a block. Nice looking play, and something that again will give Levi Williams more confidence as the game goes along.
Pierce did not play at receiver a year ago, only corner, but now being asked to play some more on offense here in 2017. Second down and 1, they'll say, from the 40. Williams on the keeper, putting his head down, and he is forced back. That front seven, impressive here in the early goings for Hendrickson. No gain will bring up third down and short. Well, there again, Tony, Shaylon Roberts making a play.
Curly Young, one of their, looks like he's listed as a defensive end, but it looks like he's lining up at linebacker, and a safety that time, which is Mays, all came in a hurry to shut him down.
Third down and a yard to go at the Ranger 40-yard line. Pistol snap here to Williams, 2 receivers to his right, and look back at the sidelines by the junior quarterback. Big opportunity for him this evening, his first ever varsity game, and Coach Hill calls for time. Play clock was winding down.
And 3rd and 1, even in the first quarter, not a bad time to call a timeout, kind of regroup. This is a big play to get your first down, to keep the chains moving, to get some semblance of confidence again in this offensive set, or offensive group, is really important right now.
Again, the Rangers have lost so much from a year ago. 82% of the team's rush offense, 78% of the passing offense, and 68% of the points scored from 2016 no longer here.
That's a turnover of talent, and these guys that are wearing the white jerseys with blue letters tonight with a program rich in history, they know what they have to do. It's just sometimes hard to push through that first couple of games.
7:26 to go here in the opening quarter, 7-0, and the Hawks have the lead. Rangers with their second offensive possession tonight. They went 3 and out on the first. In danger of having that happen again if they don't convert here. 30 yard from their own 40. Snap back to Williams. He'll pitch it, running right. The freshman trying to get outside, and he cannot. Darlington Frash, his first varsity high school carry of any kind, unable to get the first down, and the Rangers will punt.
Well, the defensive pursuit that time downhill was just something else. They all got out in front of the blockers and made it really hard for Smithson Valley to have some success with Mr. Frosch.
Boy, and I say that, Tony, again, freshman playing varsity football at tailback. That's a tough position. Here is Anderson back to punt for the second time. Flag is in. Here's the punt, a wobbler. And the ball this time takes a Ranger roll. Picked up at the 25, and the returner is brought down. Nice tackle made by Brady Chubb of the returner Miles Brooks, but we do have a penalty to sort out before the next snap. For the time being, 6:36 to go in the opening quarter, 7-0, Hendrickson on top.
You have to wonder the way the referees are looking. It looks like somebody might have been, offsides would give Smithson Valley a first down.
If it's against the Rangers, they're going to make them repunt.
Oh, no doubt.
And that's the case. Yep. Illegal formation, and Smithson Valley will do this again. And again, back to return is Brooks.
Anderson was kicking the ball pretty good in the pregame. Got off a couple of good kicks, and he needs one now.
He awaits the snap at his own 19-yard line. There's a snap from Beck. It's high. Anderson does have it. Here's a punt, angled to the near side. Fair catch called for, made at the fingertips of Brooks out around the 39-yard line.
About a 20-yard difference from where they would have been without the penalty.
And just a 28-yard punt. 6:29 to go, first quarter. All Hawks so far, Tony. We said it. Nobody should have come into this game and have been fooled by the Hawks record from a year ago. This program has had so much talent come through. Last season was, again, just not the norm for Hendrickson football.
I think you're absolutely correct.
On first down, here's a shotgun snap to Barker. He'll keep it running left, cutting it inside and down to the 45. Make it the 44-yard line, pickup of 6, second down and 4.
think from this point on we can assume he is a running quarterback, and he is going to run the ball.
A year ago, Barker averaged about 3 yards a carry, did have 9 rushing touchdowns to lead the team. And earlier in the game, tossed one to Thomas Williams. 2nd down and 4 at the 44-yard line. 4 wide for Barker. And off the play action, bobbles a snap and then is buried at around the 45. Rangers, nice pursuit. There's Zuber on the play. And a big 3rd down coming up for the Rangers defense, 3rd and 4.
What a heads-up play. The ball's loose on a fake handoff, and he comes up with it and immediately turns up the field. He got a yard out of something that shouldn't have been anything.
By my count, this is the first 3rd down play for the Hawks offense tonight. 3rd and 3 at the 45. A tight formation here for the Hawks off to the right. Handoff, Jackson, no. Play fake, and the Rangers able to get the stop short of the 1st down. On the tackle for Smithson Valley, Trey Witcher, the sophomore, and it brings up 4th and 2.
Nice defensive penetration that time. They got a chance to bring down Barker. Really the first time we've seen that kind of penetration that created a good situation.
5 minutes to go, first quarter, 7-0 Hawks. The offense stays on the field. At least there's an offensive look here for Hendrickson, but Woodard is back deep. And now the punter will backpedal a few more steps. Adam Cousins, the backup quarterback, rugby-style punt. And Woodard in traffic makes the catch. Did not call for the fair catch. It is brought down at the 28-yard line.
Dangerous, but he's the guy.
4:35 to go, first quarter. Rangers down 7-0. And coming out at offense for the 3rd time here this evening. Again, so far, 2 possessions and 2 3-and-outs for Smithson Valley. The Rangers trying to win at a season opener for the 3rd year in a row. Last year, clobbered Austin Anderson 60-20 to kick off the 2016 season. Here's Williams on 1st down from his own 28. Down 7-0. Off the play fake, quarterback keeper, and Williams will be dropped for a loss of a yard at around the 27. Going to bring up 2nd down and 11.
Football 101 tells you if they don't believe you are a threat to pass, that is simply a cornerback or a safety coming off of his man in coverage to stop the quarterback who went around the edge. They don't respect Smithson Valley's passing game right now, and that's putting it really, 10 on 11.
2nd down, 11 to go for the 27. Williams again from the pistol. Off the play fake. Here's the rush. He steps up. The junior looks, rolls, throws, passes caught. 35. Cutting it inside across the 40 and down to the 41-yard line. Diego Cervantes, the catch, and the Rangers' first down of the season.
Not only was it a heads-up play by Williams, but Cervantes got the ball and knew where to go. He got upfield. He avoided a tackler and made enough of a play to get a 1st down, and that's a big 1st down.
Cervantes comes out of the formation this time as the Rangers set up 1st and 10 at their own 41.
Woodard's in the slot.
Lined up left and comes in motion. Hand off to Williams, or snap to Williams. The handoff goes to Frasch, the freshman. Up to the 44 for 3 yards. Going to bring up 2nd and 7.
It was last year Nick Aiken as a sophomore was getting carries, and we were marveled by that, a sophomore. Now we've got a freshman with the Rangers. Darlington Frasch, 5'7", 195 pounds, a little fire plug of a running back.
So do you call him a freshman? Right, it's a play on words, isn't it? 2nd and 7, under 3 minutes to go, first quarter. Rangers down 7-0. 4 wide for Williams, takes a snap. Here's the rush, throws middle, and the dart is caught by Pierce inside the 35-yard line. Taking defenders with him inside the 20, all the way down to the 19-yard line. What a play by Mason Pierce.
What? How did that ball get to him? That was a dart of a pass.
That's the first question. The second one is, how did he take 3 defenders with him an additional 20 yards?
Well, I think they were all trying to strip the ball, and that's why they weren't making a tackle. But he and then got some help from a fellow wide receiver, but that was a great play for the Rangers to give them some momentum here in the first quarter.
And now inside the red zone of the Hawks' 19-yard line. Williams out of the pistol. One receiver either way. Takes a snap. Play fake. Looks near side. Pass is caught. Rios trying to slip a tackle. Able to crawl up to the 14. That's good for 5. Staying ahead of the chain. Second down and 5 to go.
Another one of those sophomore players from last year who's a junior, Andrew Trevelyan, there on the play. I think that throw, though, has kind of made their defense take a different look at Levi Williams now because, Brad, again, that was one of the best throws we've seen in a long time from any quarterback. He got the ball there in a hurry.
Anderson checks into the game, lines up wide to the right. Woodard slot left on 2nd and 5 with the 14. Motion from Woodard. Give to him. A stiff arm. Stays upright, but then the rest of the Hawks come in to finish the job at the 16. The Rangers will lose 2 to bring up 3rd down and 7.
A bunch of Hawks there. Tobiah Harris, one of the early ones who got contact, but again, you mentioned it. There were a whole bunch of them that saw that one coming and ran to it.
3rd down, 7 to go for the Hawks 16 as we approach a minute to go in the first quarter. And Hendrickson on top 7-0.
Big 3rd down play.
A Dorsal Hunter checks back into the game. He lines up wide to the right. Cervantes slot right. Rio slot left. Woodard wide left. 3rd and 7. Aiken to the backfield. Snap to Williams. Throws near side. Pass caught by Hunter. Inside the 10. All the way down to the 7-yard line. 1st and goal coming up Smithson Valley.
He's not very tall, but he's powerful. Hunter, a great catch and a great lean for the 1st down.
Boy, and again, some zip on the football.
Without a
by
doubt.
Levi Williams.
Levi Williams' arm has just exploded into the scene here, and if he can keep this up, this young man can throw the football.
Goal to go now for the Rangers. Their first goal to go possession of 2017. Rios tight left, Woodard tight to the right. Cervantes and Aiken to the backfield. And there's the flag. 2 players moving at the same time, and the Rangers will back up 5 yards. Tony, that's the 2nd procedural penalty against the Rangers tonight. Something that kind of comes with the territory of a Week 1 game.
Yeah, and thinking about it, it's specialty guys doing something they didn't do a lot of last year.
Right.
Having to make sure they're in motion the right way, not jumping early. I mean, it's a package thing that you have to get used to.
If there's a silver lining here, the field is now less condensed. On 1st and goal, snap to Williams, rolls left, eyes downfield, throws end zone, and the pass goes off the hands of Woodard, who was actually just short of the end zone there. And the incompletion will bring up 2nd and goal from the 12, and that was the final play of the opening quarter. 12 minutes in the books. Rangers have some work to do. They trail 7-0. We'll be right back with more on the Rangers Network.
That's the end of the first quarter play with the score. Hendrickson Hawks 7, Rangers.
Here we go. Tie ball game with just 2 seconds left.